So can we start?
Yes, sir. Within 2 minutes, we will start.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Ashish,
Yeah,
my, my slide set, as I see the front slide, we need to recognize you like so because I am using the standard Vadodara Innovation Council.
Okay. No, in my initial opening, I'm going to mention about that.
Okay.
तो जॉइन था यार मारा तो था तो नहीं जॉइन जॉइन था मारा मम्मी ना अकाउंट ही जॉइन था वैसे हाँ तो जॉइन फ्रॉम ब्राउजर में जॉइन करियो छे पण बीजा अकाउंट ही जॉइन था चाल से नहीं करतो जॉइन जा और है
Good afternoon, one and all present here. On behalf of Dapstar,
ना ना
I would like to welcome you all to the
पैसे
Expert Talk on Digital Universe. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the invited esteemed speaker of the session, Dr. Madhu Kumar Mehta. Words are less to describe his achievement, though I will try to summarize. Dr. Madhubhai is an engineer from MS University, and sir has done PhD in computer science from USA. Sir is an entrepreneur, mentor for technology
कैमरा ने मैं ऑफ
entrepreneurship
केम न
in the
करन खबर
States,
से આવે છે मैं ऑफ
and
करવાનો
sir
ऑप्शन
is
नहीं होતું
chief
कैमरा में
mentor Emirates and founding team member of International Center for Entrepreneurship and Technology, iCreate. Sir is the promoter of the first city-based council of the National Innovation Council, Vadodara Innovation Council, and the founder of two entrepreneurship firms, Anglim Enterprise and Digital Innovation. Sir has played a pioneer role in the field of computer software, STD, PCO, telecom system export, and he often shares when he came back from USA to make the difference in this area by enabling use of technology to make useful, innovative products for India. Like everyone might you aware about the STD PCO call metering product. So sir has developed that product, and sir has brought credibility to telephone billing to create attended payphone, which is normally known as STD PCO. So Steve Jobs, all of you know, represents an era where technology and innovation have brought about personal computer and magical devices like Mac computer, iPod, iPad, and iPhone. The time frame is from mid 70s to now. As you can see that Marubai has worked through this era, has witnessed this transition in slow motion in his life. So with interest and first-hand experience in innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship, he is well suited to talk about Steve Jobs to us. His affection for youth and passion for next generation entrepreneurships add to whatever else has been said. Moreover, such expertise, we will also have two more experts. One is Shri Ashish Bhavsar. Sir is currently held the position as a proprietor in Wave Vision Vadodara, and sir is managing director, Emit Equipment Private Limited Vadodara. Managing Partner, AAA Medical Innovation, AIM Med Devices LLP, Med Tech Devices, Scilab Equipment LLP, all are available in Vadodara. And sir is also director of the VIC, Vadodara Innovation Council, Vadodara, Unified Growth Foundation, Vadodara, and sir is honorary secretary of India SME Forum, Gujarat chapter. Sir is previously holding consultant position as a consultant in ERDA, and sir is also have association with some academics like MS University, ITM Universe, SUIT Vasat, Babaria Institute of Technology, Navarachna University, and KJIT Savli. Our last speaker will be Professor Vaibhavi Brahmakar. Ma'am has received, have done BE in EC and MTech in ICT, and currently ma'am is working as a assistant professor in MB-ICT College of Engineering, Vallabh and ma'am is also currently working with VIC, Vadodara Innovation Council, as facilitated since 1.5 years. So now I would like to welcome all the experts to deliver the session, which is known as Digital Universe.
Ashish bhai, you may begin.
Actually, sir, your voice is not coming. You are on...
Sorry. Thank you very much for arranging such a beautiful seminar and providing the opportunity to present some of our innovative activities on behalf of Vadodara Innovation Council and ULI eLab. As you would know, ULI is a platform for individual personality development for youth. And ULI eLab is an offshoot of ULI, where electronic devices development environment is created in a lab and all basic facilities are provided, such as tools, components, modules, softwares. And we are also trying to keep the atmosphere in such a way that peer-to-peer discussion, holding, helping each other, co-creation opportunities, they are also available and developed among this participant. Starting from school students, college students of any discipline, even hobbies or enthusiasts can join this ULI eLab. About VIC, Vadodara Innovation Council, is the first and only city-based innovation council set up under National Innovation Council in 2011 and is registered under Section 8 as a not-for-profit organization. The charter of VIC is to enhance the culture of innovation and provide a platform to innovators. VIC is run by volunteers, including industrialists, businessmen, doctor, engineer, advocates, educationalists, students, housewives, laymen, and from all walks of life. And everyone and anyone with innovation in mind and heart, they are welcome to join Vadodara Innovation Council. VIC has also partnered with many schools, colleges, and organizations like ULI, VCCI, FGI, BETA, Community Science Center, iCreate, DDKF, and many more for various innovation-related programs. Since 2011, VIC has been actively engaging people in various programs aimed at developing innovative minds under the leadership of our Chairman Emeritus, Dr. Madhubhai Mehta, and our President, Mr. Jagdish Bhai Shukla. One of such program is InnoTalk. It's a monthly innovation talk or seminar where we invite some prominent speaker who himself is either an innovator or can inspire others to be the innovators. This prominent speakers list include names like Dr. Sam Pitroda, Dr. Nipun Mehta, Dr. Gopichand Gadda, Ms. Kiran Majumdar Show, Sant Balbir Singh, or Sarpanch from Punseri, or MD of Kochi Solar Airport, or Director of ISRO, and many more. So we have more than 70 such InnoTalk so far. Another program is Socho Hatke, which is a school students classroom program where VIC has trained more than 15,000 students under this Socho Hatke for generating curiosity, questioning attitude, and being innovative. Then one of our signature program is Tod Ford Jod, which is a school students hands-on experimentation program. with different gadgets, and is running at different various schools since 2012. And we are trying to continuously expand it, reach more and more students. VIC has also organized different workshops like robotic workshop, innovative workshop, and similar to enhance the innovative quotient of the participants. VIC has recently started InnoQuest, and under this InnoQuest umbrella, we have InnoQuest digital program, which is to provide that overall exposure to the digital universe to school and college students, and uses this opportunity to kindle innovative problem solving, critical thinking, and self-learning with exclusive content developed by the VIC team. Now we have the opportunity to have Dr. Madhubhai Mehta himself with us, who conceptualized and framed this structure of innovation, InnoQuest Digital. And I would like to invite Dr. Madhubhai Mehta, who is also founder of iCreate and the telecom giant, as described by Sir, who brought STD-PCO revolution to India. So over to Madhubhai.
Thank you very much, Ashish. And I'm pleased to see very large number of students attending this particular session. Thanks very much, Patel Sahib, for organizing it as a event to be able to reach out to such a large body and all the people who have made it happen in terms of Charuset professors. The notion about innovative problem solving has been something that we have been doing systematically for over last over a decade, as described by Ashish. The fundamental thing is that you need to have curiosity, questioning, a certain amount of experimentation mindset, and leading to problem solving and being able to actually reiteratively build a certain kind of a solution for a problem. Today, I have a very quick 10-minute snapshot to really get Ashish and Vaibhavi started. I want to set the context for the special program that they are sort of developing for specifically for computer students or computer-based computer science students. Next, Vaibhavi. So we will have two parts. First part is why such a thing is important for anybody who has been spending 4 years in college and studying hell of a lot. I mean, there are a large number of subjects and large number of exams. So why extra? We'll address that in a moment. And there is a larger interest that we have in terms of Vadodara Innovation Council, that is to create a broader perspective for innovative problem solving, that is think deep, think wide, and think big. And I will try to at least set the context as we go forward. Next. Vaibhavi, can you hear me? Next. There are people who have been saying that education needs to be supplemented with special skills to get ready for tomorrow's world. Next. Vaibhavi, there is a fast pace, so you may want to be ready with the next click, because there are a number of places where the clicks are going to be much faster. Skills for ages 12 to 45. This is a World Economic Forum setup. On the left hand side, go back one. On the left hand side, you have those skills which are growing, and on the right hand side, you have those skills which are declining. We will share this, but fundamentally, if you look at the growing side and the first 5, now next. Analytical thinking and innovation, active learning and learning strategies, creativity, originality and initiative, technology design and programming, critical thinking and analysis, and 6th, complex problem solving. These are the kind of skills for which the programs that we are designing is getting you started. Next. OECD, which is the body of United Nations, has said this: the world economy no longer pays you for what you know. Google knows everything. The world economy pays you for what you can do with what you know. And this is a very significant shift from the years earlier to your generation. Because earlier in our generation, knowledge itself was of value because it was not available that easily. Now, knowledge is available on a fingertip. Therefore, what you can do with the knowledge and how can you contribute to economy, that is what is going to be value for you in the emerging society. Next. Next. So the impact is widespread, increasing, and rate is unprecedented in terms of how the world is changing with respect to the use of digital universe and becoming. So digital universe is becoming an essential infrastructure, and we must know how to get things done using that infrastructure. Our value, your value, is based on what you can do or deliver in a day and being ahead of the curve so that you are able to constantly keep yourself ahead of what others people are able to do requires that you need to engage into continuous learning. And all these things are facilitated by the kind of programs that are being targeted. Next. So problem solving. There are two parts which us software, and I am one of the software engineers and I grew from software engineering discipline. So I can say this with confidence that understanding the problem and the whole environment in which we are writing programs or software is extremely important to deliver the value. So understanding the problem domain and understanding the trends in technology is what makes that marriage work. What is emerging, what are the costs, what are the trends, and how can we solve this problem for using the customer focus in a most optimum way. That's what problem solving is, and that is what you need to really get a hang of as you go forward. Next. So quick review of whatever you know. Hardware wise, faster, cheaper processors have created. So these are the forces. There are hardware forces, there are network forces, and there are software forces. Hardware forces are faster, cheaper processors, faster, bigger, cheaper memories. The external storage is going down in price. In terms of interconnectivity, internet and cell towers are ubiquitous. Devices and components have again created a lot of possibilities, and sensors have brought lots of things under the control with hardware for software to deploy in terms of creating solutions. In terms of software, we have the basic software, we have interworking, and we have ease of use software, which has created a world which is like digital universe now, in which large number of things can happen. In terms of trend, costs and performance, so costs are going down, speed is going up, size is becoming smaller, power is going down, and therefore the number of applications are going up. So this is how the the world has evolved in terms of the digital universe. So now we are talking about innovating in this emerging digital universe. And as we said earlier, innovation requires that you need to be able to think you need to create curiosity, questioning mindset, and you need to be able to think wide, think deep, and think big. So I want to illustrate how one can think about this. This may not be true, this may not come about. It is just a figment of my imagination as to how probably future cars would evolve in the emerging digital world. So what are the trends? If we look at the trends, we find that we need to make cars safe. We need to make car maintenance proactive, and we need to make driving a car less hassle. So these are the three things that are going to be something which is like a problem, and we need to solve this problem using the kind of things which are available. So what is available? Onboard computing. So now computers are inside the car. You have sensors which are allowing you to do various types of data capturing. You have local database which is now getting to be very inexpensive and also robust, so it can environmentally it can stay in the car. You are able to capture lots of data, so you have the advantage of history. You can actually connect this car and connect it to a server, and therefore you will be able to actually collect data of large number of such cars or cars on the road, as Google has done, and you can then use the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning to be able to go and create the solutions for future cars. Next. So now we want to think big, we want to think wide, and we want to think deep. So let's look at this. Consider various aspects. So for example, if you would have actually gone to a car mechanic or a scooter mechanic, they would actually take the vehicle for a test ride. And what are they doing? They are sensing the sound, they are looking at the pressure on the tires, they are looking at the tread of the tires, all sorts of things that they are doing to be able to judge the condition of the vehicle. So infer tire conditions by sensing tire pressure. When the tire is running on the road, if the tire is uneven, it will make different type of noise. So if you capture the sound of all four tires, you would be able to tell hell of a lot. And if you now couple that with the current sound and current tire pressure compared to historical, you will be able to see the deviation. So you can think deep in terms of technology. In terms of wide, one second, go back. In terms of wide, you are able to look at various technologies that will bring new sensors. So what else would they be able to do? So, and of course, 360 degrees view is already there in terms of the cameras on all four directions. Think big in terms of seeing how would the future shape if the server had data from all number of cars of the same type and also had the data of where you are traveling and the what Google has in terms of traffic congestion, etc., etc. How would that actually integrate into a single solution? Next. So I think I'll skip this in terms of details. You want to make cars safe, you want to make car maintenance proactive, you want to make car driving less hassle. You have to define needs on the left hand side as you see, and you have to identify what is available and what would be the cost and how we will be able to afford. Then you can dive deep in terms of how you will be able to do it, in terms of safety, in terms of sensors, in terms of databases, and how would you structure this. So as a mental exercise, you can see a digital universe as it is evolving is going to change the cars in a fundamental way so that users are going to extremely benefit in terms of the technology. Next. So innovative problem solving needs breadth, and so as computer software discipline, you have acquired large background, but you also need to look at hardware, you need to look at sensors, you need to look at robotics. All sorts of things are going to be looking at to be able to create a broad picture for yourself to be able to actually create a total solution in terms of innovative solutions. Now, VIC, of course, as we said earlier, creates such special modules whenever we see a need. Next. With that, with that, I am at the, I have built the context for Vaibhavi and Ashish to carry it forward. Over to you, Vaibhavi.
Thank you, Madhu sir. So students, going further into the digital universe world. So digital universe reference to think innovative and creative. Moving further, as correctly said by Madhu sir, that future engineers, what are the qualities for future engineers which are required in that? So up-to-date technical knowledge, that is the must. Communication, leadership, interpersonal skill, creativity, innovation, enthusiasm, attention to detail, and resilience. These are the main qualities for a future engineer which are required for you. If you go in the market after completing your BE or ME. So moving further. So what are the scenarios? What here to cultivate such skills? You have to start thinking differently, and for that, let's look at digital universe scenario. So here we have taken digital universe for thinking differently. How we can think differently. Why we have taken digital universe as a scenario? Because right now, currently, we are living in a universe. We are living in a world in which we are surrounded by gadgets, lots and lots of gadgets. These all gadgets are digital, and more of you, even your generation, are more using this type of gadgets in your day-to-day life. So you can connect easily with this digital universe, and you can think how this digital universe or how this digitization has changed the technological.
Vaibhav,
Yes.
people are facing problem. You are not being, your voice is not very clear. It is breaking in between. So can you?
Hello.
Yeah, that's
Is it
better.
okay?
Is better.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So, to cultivate such skills which are there in the screen, we have taken digital universe as a platform. Why? Because right now we are living in a world in which we are surrounded by the gadgets which are digital.
Ashish bhai, we need to check. She
Yeah,
has
I suppose
probably
she has
inter-
some
internet issue
issues.
probably.
Hello. Okay, let her share the screen again.
The side, otherwise, Ashish, if you have the PPT, you can share from your side.
Okay.
Because I think both.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that way.
And she can then talk like I did.
Yes.
She's not in the list
In the
now.
meantime, if some people have some questions, they can put it on the chat, and perhaps Suresh, if we can use the time as a filler while things get set up to answer questions, if there are questions that I or Ashish can handle.
Harshil bhai, if she joins again, you may have to make a panelist.
No, sir.
Suresh, are you looking at chat?
By the way, as of now, there are no questions.
Okay. We can encourage them because there are 290 people, so holding them for a long time may not be easy.
Well, she got disconnected and she was not aware even she was disconnected. So she's getting connected again.
Okay, then fair. So that would be very fast. All right.
Madhubhai, there is a question probably which you can answer.
What does it say?
How do you get into research and bring innovation to this country? Because even after trying a bit into getting in, I wasn't able to.
No, I don't know the full context of the question, Dhaval, but I can say this, that if you really look at the uh, if you look at the innovation cycle, there are front end where there is a fundamental research which brings certain capabilities. Then there is secondary research which is really making it usable Then there is application. I think Vaibhav is joining. So Dhaval, we can possibly take up this at the end so that interruption is minimized. Are you ready, Vaibhavi? Vaibhavi, are you ready?
She has not joined. Probably.
Sir, Ashish sir has shared.
Yeah, Ashish Bhai has shared. Vaibhav has. Harshal Bhai, ध्यान रखजो once he joins panel में लावा पड़શે તમારે ફરી.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
So Ashish, can you carry it forward, please? Or you want me to do that? Or she can join audio wise. Extremely sorry, participants. We apologize for this difficulty that Vaibhav is facing. I mean, we would not say we are facing, but
I think I'm also facing some issue. Like when I'm sharing, I can't see whether I'm connected or not.
So my wife always tells me that I'm very lucky, and it proves it again. that for the first 10 minutes everything worked out. So back to your question, Dhaval. If I'm answering question properly, research is something which is having a much longer gestation. So if we really look at downright process or downright end innovation, the cycle time would be like 3 months or maybe 6 months. So whatever you innovate will be able to see the results in 3 to 6 months. As opposed to that, the research end actually takes very, very long time, and possibility of getting at the end what you were looking for may be there, may not be there. But it is like a relay race. So whatever you do is actually picked up by other people and they carry it forward. So therefore it requires a lot of patience, and India has unfortunately not traversed that path of seeing a very long-term research project really yielding results. So if you share specifically what is that you had in mind when you asked this question, maybe I can elaborate, but I do not know whether I'm even touching the periphery of what your question actually intended. Unfortunately, since there are a large number of people, we do not have an audio interaction, so you will have to type.
Harshil bhai, can you make Vaibhavi a panelist so she can present?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Harshil,
yeah, so can you make Vaibhavi a panelist? She's trying, but she cannot unmute herself.
Sir, actually,
if there's a limit, then you can drop me off.
There is no limit, but can ma'am recheck what is the name of her account?
Email ID apo. What account she is joining?
She's joining from Vaibhavi's account. Vaibhavi's name only. Vaibhavi name.
નામ અને પેલું કદાચ એ લોકો પેલું ઈમેલ આઈડી માંગતા હશે.
નહીં સર નામ જ જોઈએ છે, બટ નામથી સર્ચ નથી થતું. વૈભવ બતાવે છે. વૈભવ વી નોટ ધેર.
ફરી જોઈન કરો ને. હા.
unless તમારા પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ માંથી કોઈ વૈભવ નિકળે, નહીં તો વૈભવ
ના સ્ટુડન્ટ છે વૈભવ એક્ચ્યુઅલી.
વૈભવ સ્ટુડન્ટ હોય તો
Harshil bhai, she is joining again. She has disconnected and joining again.
Okay.
Ashish bhai, you can brief a bit meanwhile.
I can run through the slides if you want. If there is a way to, I do not have the slide myself that I can connect.
I can share the slides. I have.
So we can because આપણે ખાલી અત્યારે time બગડે છે.
Okay.
થોડો ઘણો I can pace it. ત્યાં સુધીમાં વૈભવી join થઈ જાય. You will be able to change the slides, right?
Yeah, you will
Yes.
be able to change the slides.
The first few set of slides, everybody is able to hear me, right? The first few set of slides that Vaibhavi has are related with showing the impact of last 50 years in terms of how various things have moved from earlier analog to digital. So, for example, in terms of TV, all of you may recall, and she is trying to emphasize how hardware has changed over the years and software is able to complement this to be able to create greater functionality. So look at this TV in terms of analog. Now let's look at camera. So the camera in 1930s were very bulky, and then it slowly came on. But until about 1970, all cameras were analog. The last one that you see is Polaroid. Earlier you had film, and then you had something which was emulsion, and they were able to take a copy immediately. From 1990, the world became digital. Camera became smaller, more powerful, resolution improved, faster, better, cheaper. I mean, you know these words. And now, so much so that it has now come into a mobile phone. So, in terms of if you look at the storage of audio, then earlier in the analog world, you had a phonograph, and then you had cassette players, and then it came to CD players, then it came to MP3 players, and then now the smartphones, and now even all the way to cloud. So the boxes that you see in blue has been the result of the digital technology. Boxes that you see in the red rectangle are due to the original analog technology.
Hello.
And analog and
Madhu,
digital, perhaps you may already know, but fundamentally analog is a continuously varying situation, and digital, as all of you know, is ones and zeros. And you need to be able to convert analog quantity to digital quantity to be able to store, to be able to process, to be able to alter, to be able to amplify.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Now.
Yeah. Vaibhavi, you can take it forward from this.
I'll use the slide share.
Yes,
and you can just
yes. Okay, so I'll continue from this slide. As correctly said by Madhu sir, that the evolution from the different devices from analog to digital. So, as I have told earlier in this slide, that what are the future engineer qualities? So here we can connect it with it. That initially when phonograph was there in 1877, somebody has thought of something that can we go ahead in this technology? Can we make some innovation? And somebody has come up with the technology of cassette player. But then another then किसी और ने सोचा होगा कि अच्छा इसमें तो स्टोरेज की बहुत ज्यादा लिमिटेशन है. We can't store more than 32 songs nearly. So what come next? CD player, and from CD player, digital universe come into the picture. And as we all know what is digitization, as the evolution of digital universe, the whole technology of music changed from 32 songs to much more storage and much more quality of the music we can correlate. Then from MP3 player, smartphone, and right now we are using the cloud services in which the unlimited storage and unlimited quality we can achieve here. Next. So moving further to digitization, all of you know that how the analog signal gets converted into digital. That first of all, the analog signal need to be sampled. Then the next step is the quantizing. Quantizing is the achieving the nearest level of the signal, digital level. Then encoding. We have to encode that level to the zeros and one. This is how we can convert the analog signal to the digital. Yes. Next. So moving further to more emphasize the digital universe through digitization of human senses. This is one example of we can think of how digital universe we can correlate with the innovation. Here, the first example is the vision. We are able to digitize the vision from how? From the camera, turning light into a digital file. How? The light, it gets converted into digital file. So a device named camera we have invented, human, in which light first comes into the lenses, then sensors के बाद आता है color filter, then buffer and all the hardwares, and after that signal processing, digital signal processing, and finally the digital file gets stored into the hardware, any storage device, whether it is a hard disk or a internal storage memory of your mobile phone. So we are able to convert the vision to the digital file. On the other side, we are able to convert the sound. We all know different technologies are there, different MP3, MPEG, different levels are there through which we can convert, we can compress the file, the audio file, as sound waves get converted into digital through same process, sampling, quantizing and encoding. Now, next three senses such as smell, taste and touch yet to come. Can we think of this as digitization? Can we think of a digitization of digitization of taste or digitization of touch? So in future, these technologies will come, and right now these all are in research. कोई ना कोई इस पे research अभी भी चल रहा है इस पे, और in future we can say we are able to send a scent or a smell to our friend, such as an audio file or a image file. We are able to send a smell. Okay? We are able to send a taste file also. Think of a scenario, जैसे कि कहीं आप रेस्टोरेंट में गए हो, जहाँ पर आपने कोई फूड टेस्ट किया, तो आपको बहुत ही उसका टेस्ट इतना अच्छा लगा कि you have to save that taste. In future, you have to test that thing again. So how will you do that? In future, it may possible that you will able to save that taste, and in future you can use that file to regenerate that taste. It may possible. Next. So all these scenarios we can think of, and for that, thinking differently, thinking innovatively, thinking creatively, here in PIC we have made a program named InnoFest Digital. It is a paid program of PIC. We have made 6 sessions specifically for computer engineering or computer science engineering or IT engineering students. This program is divided into 6 sessions. First session, mainly the introduction, evolution of digital universe. Next, digitization of sound, image, and other physical parameters, industrial parameters such as temperature or such as pressure or anything. We will discuss session 3 merely on communication side, wireless and wired communication, SMS, internet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB. How we can think of different scenarios, such as one scenario I have told you in digitization, as we can think of a digitization of taste, smell, and touch. Such as in each and every sessions, we will mainly focus on the scenarios. Technologically, engineering students know what is digitization, what is communication, how Wi-Fi works. You know, software engineer, you can also code, but how you can use this all technical knowledge in physical world? How you can use this technical knowledge to recreate something or to invent something? So we will emphasize the scenario-based learning. Session 4, microprocessor, memory, display, touch, camera. Session 5, normally on sensors, different types of sensors, including mobile sensors, smartphone sensors, auto car sensors, industrial sensors, and scenarios based on this sensor. Session 6 will be the final session. Future indicators and context. So we will be generating a context in which you have to make something innovative, not a physical thing, but a project type, so that you can compete with your friends by your ideas, your thinking capacity. Right? So one scenario I'm giving you here. Can you think of an electronic term? जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि टेस्ट का डिजिटाइजेशन अभी इन प्रोग्रेस, रिसर्च हो रहा है उसको. So can you ask yourself such some questions regarding this? What should be the idea and how the device should look like? अगर आपने ऐसा कोई इलेक्ट्रॉनिक टर्म बनाया तो उसका आइडिया क्या होगा? What would be the idea behind it? And उसका डिजाइन कैसे होगा? Overall outer structure. How will you make an outer structure of this term? What are the components? कौन-कौन से components आप use करोगे? Hardware as well as software. ठीक है? Where it can be used. Hardware में कौन-कौन से आएंगे? Such as sensors. कौन से sensors आ सकते हैं? Some chemical sensors, some touch sensors. Software.
Vaibhav, once again, your voice is not heard clearly.
Hello.
Yes.
Some software. What are the components? Second question. Hardware and software. You can think of hardware such as what type of sensor you can use. Some chemical sensors which can sense the food chemicals. From that chemicals, the sensors will be able to generate the tests. Software. What kind of softwares you can use? You can use cloud also here. Some database. Where it can be used. Third question. कहाँ पर use हो सकता है इसका? अगर ऐसी टंग बना दी तो what are the applications? कहाँ use कर सकते हैं? Food and drug industry or restaurants. कहाँ use कर सकते हैं? What are the market? Can you think of it as an advancement in restaurant industry? जैसे मैंने आपको कहा कि कहीं पर आपने कोई टेस्ट लिया था कोई फूड का जो आपको बहुत पसंद आ गया था. अगर वो टेस्ट आपने सेव कर लिया in a file, in a digital file, और अगर रेस्टोरेंट की ऐसी कोई ऐप है जहां पर आपको फाइल अपलोड करके रेस्टोरेंट को आप बता सकते हो कि आई वांट दिस टाइप ऑफ टेस्ट एंड दैट रेस्टोरेंट कैन एबल टू जनरेट दैट टेस्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू योर टेस्ट बड्स. It can be possible. So you can think of it. Can you think of a mobile application which can be made with this device? Yes, of course. जैसे मैंने आपको एक एग्जांपल बताया, रेस्टोरेंट अगर ऐसी कोई ऐप बनाता है जिसमें आप अपनी टेस्ट बड्स अपलोड कर सकते हो फाइल, तो अकॉर्डिंगली दे कैन वर्क आउट एंड दे कैन प्रोवाइड यू अकॉर्डिंग टू योर नीड. इट मे पॉसिबल. सो दिस इज वन सिनारियो. डिजिटल यूनिवर्स और इनोक्वेस्ट डिजिटल में we will discuss more and more like this scenario in each and every sessions. Okay, next. So that is all from my side. तो यहाँ पर मैं ये क्वेश्चन ओपन आपके पास छोड़ रही हूँ कि ये जो 5 to 6 questions मैंने आपको दिए, you can think how this electronic term can be useful. अगर ऐसी बन जाती है तो what are the market? कहाँ यूज कर सकते हो? Can you make an innovative application from it? कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज में एप्लीकेशन बना सकते हो? Okay? So thank you. Now question and answer. You can ask your questions.
You can also contact us for any innovative solution or problem. You can discuss with us on this contact details.
There is a question from Rajesh Panchal. what does digital transformation really mean for today's business leaders? What does digital transformation really mean for today's business leaders? Madhubhai, probably you may take it.
Sure, I'll try. The So when we are going from the engineering discipline to business, the gap bit of use of technology is very large. Some things that we as technocrats are comfortable with, business has to actually adopt technology for doing lots of things which are within business. Digital transformation of business is using progressively more and more digital technologies to be able to change the way they do business. COVID is probably one of the a good example, so that people all of a sudden found that you are not able to meet, and therefore you had to find a solution. Working from home made a lot of difference in terms of, so various organizations were variously equipped. Let me turn my video on. Diverse organizations were not all ready for being able to work from home. Some organizations which were more tech savvy were able to convert to work from home relatively easily. Digitization or digital transformation of a business is to be able to leverage digital technology for business purposes. And it always lags technology. Another question?
Sir, there is a question. Why do India have more service-based IT companies than product-based?
It is historical, fundamentally because earlier it was, so our production base has not been that world competitive, and services company were kind of an open field where only thing that was required was manpower, and earlier it was easy to take manpower from our country and deploy it under their infrastructure, which was called outsourcing or whatever. But that is why software services, IT services, and once the internet and net speeds became cost and speeds became comparable, outsourcing of work, which is clerical work, back office jobs, became much more comfortably doable, and therefore services business actually grew. Product business, there have been people who have tried. First of all, hardware products have been tried, software products have been tried, and things have worked. For example, if you look at an example of payroll, that was something which was totally required in a local setup. Similarly, railway reservation system, although it is software services, if you really look at it in terms of how the entire thing has worked out, it is a local solution which has over the years created a lot of other parallel possibilities. So there are product solutions which have worked within India, but they are relatively less because we are not able to export, and our markets are whatever they are. There is a different type of market in terms of ability to afford costs and therefore ability to take their journey. But there are things which are happening, but not in as much scale, because the other thing is happening much larger scale.
Thank you, sir. One more question. If we want to try to make a project or research which is based on digital tongue or digital smell, where we can get that kind of help?
I'll let Ashish handle that. I mean, more difficult stuff, I want to hand it over to Ashish.
Sorry, but can you just repeat the question, please?
Sure, sir. If any students want to try to make a project or research which is based on digital tongue or digital smell, so where they can get the help? Any like organization or maybe any website, blog, anything?
Okay, so as a mentor, like we have many people who can mentor this, but because this has not been invented so far, right? it's a collaborative effort we have to make. And yes, I still have to see who we can approach for this, because we have to, rope in many different organizations or disciplines into this. As like Vaibhav ma'am said, starting from some chemical sensors to how to use it for food or for tongue, and then how to convert that into digital or electrical form, the sensor, and then how to store it, and then how to use it further.
Let me handle that little bit more, Ashish. See, fundamentally, if we look at Vadodara Innovation Council, and for that matter, I create, our approach has been always that the onus of doing things is on the individual who is proposing. And our job is of helping. Now, really speaking, if there is somebody who is actually very passionate about solving this problem, Vaibhav is throwing this idea as a way of saying to whet your appetite in terms of saying these are the kinds of things that you can take. But when you do this as a scenario, you are only imagining what can happen and not necessarily actually wanting to make it happen at the end of the course. Because, like Ashish says, these are still research projects. However, there are 2-3 answers that I have which are concrete. One, if there is an individual who is actually driven to say, I want to actually solve the problem of smell, that is, I should be able to capture what is happening when I go by a cafe and capture that smell of coffee, and I should be able to really make it like in a Google walkway, that as you walk through that cafe, it gives you that smell. If somebody was extremely committed to it, then we can say, look here, look here, look here, look here. But it is a very, very long journey, as I said in the beginning. It's a 10-year commitment. And so the second part of my answer is that if we want to create a relay race, then an organization like CharuSet, which is a research-based academic institution, can create a initiative. Say, okay, like United States did many years ago with Kennedy, saying that in 10 years we want to put the man on the moon. Now, CharuSet can actually, and such institutions in India, I wish they would, they can say that now with collective might, with professors, with students, with people, and collaborative efforts with other such institutions, we want to create an ability to smell. I think it is something that may result in something, may not result in something, but it would be a very worthwhile journey. But unfortunately, we do not have that complete ecosystem. Does that answer the question?
I suppose there is no perfect answer to such questions.
But it may not so, again, there is a slight rider there. It may not satisfy, but does it answer the question?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, hope he would have got the directions at least.
Yes, sir. Most probably students will get the direction from your answer, as this topic is majoritarily under research currently.
Yes, absolutely. It is under a long-term research. It's not even easy.
Yes, sir.
When I was in, I'm today about 78. When I was about 35 or 40, there were people who were doing research in terms of voice recognition. And it has taken last 30, 40 years for making it somewhat like Amazon, Alexa, or whatever, Google Assistant. So it's a very long journey. Voice recognition has been a very long journey, and so would be smell. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, so we can go to the next question, please.
At least I am connected, yeah.
Currently, I don't have now much question. The students, if you want to ask a few more questions, you can write it in question answer session.
Or else we can actually create a concluding.
Sure, sir. Students, if you have not, if you have not want to ask any question, then we may conclude the session.
One question is there from Brijesh Panchal. What does digital transformation really mean for today's business leaders?
Suresh, that question is already handled.
I addressed that question.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, can there be a couple of people giving us feedback, because this is a first time that we are really addressing such a large group of people who are in a specialized domain. We would like your feedback, if you can share, in terms of saying how did it help you? Was that 1 hour worthwhile spending? Did it open any new thoughts in your mind, or it was kind of waste of time? I mean, you can be very candid and you can be blunt, but not offensive, please.
Yes, sir. I think, sir, there is no more question. If you permit, we may conclude the session.
Okay. Ashish, next step.
Please. Please.
Okay. Sir, on behalf of Devang Patel Institute of Advanced Technology and Research, DAPSTAR, a constituent of Charotar University of Science and Technology, CHARUSET, we wanted to express our sincere thanks to Dr. Madhukumar Mehta, Shri Ashish Bhavsar, and Professor Vaibhavi Brahmakar for delivering a nice session on digital universe. You all have given insightful views on the topic and covered the contemporary issue in the field. Your views on the topic broaden students' knowledge horizon, and thank you for your insightful session. A special thanks to Shri H.T. Patel sir, Managing Trustee of URLI Charitable Trust, who have organized such a nice session and give the opportunity to interact with the esteemed speakers. We would also like to express our sincere gratitude to Dean, FT and Principal DAPSTAR, Dr. Amit Ganatra sir, Dr. Amit Nayak sir, HOD IT, Professor Parth Goel sir, HOD CSE, and Dr. Dvitma Garg ma'am, HOD C, who generously helped us to make this event come together to become a success. We couldn't have done it without you. We would also like to thank management of CHARUSET for always encouraging us to conduct such kind of expert talk and webinar for the students. And thank you, students, for listening all the experts very patiently and carefully, and ask a few questions which may broaden other students' mind. Thank you all.
On behalf of all of us, I want to thank all the students for participating in this, all the professors and all the people who are part of the faculty and the administration of CHARUSET. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, Harshal Bhai. You may end the session if you wish now.
Sure, sir. Students, you may leave now.
I also sign off. What is that?
Yes, I think we will then reconnect. Okay.
Okay. So we all can leave now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
આ તો જે પેલાડિયમ 120 ગ્રામ જ છે એટલે એના પર અત્યારે શું પ્રાઇસ ચાલે છે વેબસાઈટે લિંક પણ લખેલી છે એટલે જો હા તો જો પેલાડિયમ શું ચાલે છે એ પ્રમાણે 120 ગ્રામ હોય 5% વાળું કેટલે